Namaste children. In our today's class, we are going to start a new block 17 about frictional force. So before that, let us recollect little bit about the force which we studied in our block 16. Where in our block 16 in force, we learned that force is nothing but the push or a pull action shown on an object that is helping the object to move, even stopping the moving object, changing the direction, changing the shape and size of the objects. And even in force, we learned about different types of forces like a contact force and non-contact forces. So now, even in these contact non-contact forces also, we learned about a muscular force, a frictional force, magnetic force, and gravitational force. So these are the four different types of forces that we learnt in our earlier class. So in our today's class, we are going to learn in our today's block 17, we'll learn more about the frictional force. What is a frictional force? How this frictional force it is acting when you are at a rest condition, or when an object it is at a rest condition, and when the object it is in a motion, means it is in a moving condition. So let us start our class. The main aim of our class is to describe the ways the force of friction, means frictional force, to describe the ways of frictional force affects the objects that are at rest and are at moving. So what is the main aim of our today's class? To learn about the frictional force effects, how the frictional force it is affecting the objects which are at a rest condition and they are at a moving condition. So in our today's class, we are going to learn some keywords like the first one is friction. Friction means it is a force that opposes the motion of the objects. Means if an object is moving in this direction, your frictional force is acting in an opposite direction. It always opposes the motion of the object. Okay.
Friction. The force that opposes motion in objects.
Now the second keyword in our today's class we are going to learn, that is interlocking. So two or more things having parts that fit into each other. So interlocking is nothing but connecting together. When two or more things they are having some parts, ups and downs, yes, and those ups and downs like this, if these ups and downs they are connected, then we are saying as a interlocking.
Interlocking. Two or more things having parts that fit into each other.
Now the third keyword we are going to learn, that is motion. Motion means it is a state of moving.
Motion. State of movement.
Okay, so these are the three keywords that we are going to learn in our today's class. One is friction, second one is interlocking, and the third one is motion. Okay, so to understand today's class, let's have small activity where to do the activity we need a spring balance, a book, and that book should be tied with a rubber band. And even if you are having a dice like this, take a dice also and tie with a rubber band. Okay, so what at first in our activity we are going to do is, the spring balance you will take and you will keep the spring balance like this and try to balance the book with the help of a spring balance. So when you are applying more force, this book will slowly slide down. Means this book, it is book and rubber band, they are present together due to frictional force, and if the force that is acting by you is more than the frictional force, now the object will slide down. So to understand how the frictional force it is acting, let's watch a small video, children.
Friction prevents objects from sliding. Objects can move when we apply force that is more than the frictional force. Friction tries to stop moving objects too. Friction arises due to interlocking between the irregularities of two surfaces in contact with each other. Friction always acts in the direction opposite to the direction in which an object moves or tries to move.
A frictional force or a friction always tries to prevent the objects from sliding. Now this book, it is present on a table. So how can this book present on a table? Now your book is one of the object and table is another object. If there is an interlocking between this book and this table surfaces, then this book will remain at its same place. It won't slide from the table. So a frictional force is a type of force which, so if you will notice an interlocking between these two objects, that interlocking arises a friction which stops the objects from sliding. Okay. And when the force that is acted by us, it is more than the frictional force. Like in this video you can observe.
Can move when we apply.
See, when the force that is applied by us, if it is more than the frictional force, then the object is moving. And one more case also you observed in your video. In this particular case, if you will observe, the ball started rolling from one place to another place, and at one particular place it will stop. That means your frictional force, it is not even making or stopping the sliding of objects. It even resists or prevents the movement of the objects. And one more thing, always the frictional force, it is acting in the opposite direction of motion. So we are talking about interlocking. This interlocking will always create a frictional force. So what exactly an interlocking is? Let us see. A friction, it always arises due to interlocking between the surface of the objects. So here this wooden block is one object and this is one more object. So here when you will observe this picture carefully, even though for our visibility they are looking as the same planar surfaces, but there are some ups and downs that you can notice here. So when these two objects, they are interlocked in these ups and down areas, they are connected or attached in these ups and down areas, that we are saying as a interlocking. And this interlocking will always create a force that prevents the objects from sliding. So that force that is created by the interlocking of the objects, we are calling it as a frictional force. Yes, what was holding the book and the block from the sliding initially? So in our activity we had seen a book and a block. So what was the one that is holding the book and the block from sliding initially? The one that is holding the book and block is the frictional force that is holding them. But why can't they continue sliding after we stop the using force? So why can't they continue? Yes, when you are pulling the force, applying a pulling force, it was sufficient to overcome from the frictional force due to which now the substances, the book and the block are sliding. So if the frictional forces acting on them were different, yes, so we had to apply different forces. If the frictional force is more, you have to apply more force to move the object. If the frictional force is less, you have to apply less force to move the object. Okay. How does the frictional force affect the objects at rest or in a motion? If an object is at rest, now the frictional force is less. If it is in a motion, it is acting more and trying to resist the moving objects. Okay. Yes, a frictional force always holds the objects tightly at their place. Yes, when they are at a resting condition. And when the frictional force it is seen on a moving object, that time the frictional force it is acting in an opposite direction to the moving object and try to resist means a stop. It tries to resist the motion of the objects. That's what in our video, in case of the ball, when it is rolling on the grass, at one period it stopped. That is due to frictional force. In which case will the friction be more? When we have to push an object harder to move or when it is easy to move. So they are giving you two cases when you have to push the objects move harder and you are moving the objects easier. So in these two cases, in which case the frictional force is more? When you are moving the objects harder, in that case the frictional force is more, because as much as frictional force, that much force, more than that force you have to apply. Okay, if in an object it is moving harder, then the frictional force is more in that on that object. If the object is moving easily or it is sliding easily, then the frictional force is less. Okay children, in our today's class we learnt about the frictional force which is arising because of the interlocking between the two surfaces of the objects, which will always act in an opposite direction of the motion. So now let us open our classwork. So in our classwork, if you will observe, yes, the first question, that is friction at rest and in motion. The first question is, tick the correct answer. A flower vase can rest on a table due to. So you are placing a flower vase like this on a table. So it can be in a rest due to the magnetic force between the table and the vase, the weight of the table acting on the flower, the interacting between the irregularities on the surface of the vase and the table, the glue that sticks the surface of the flower vase and the table. So your option 3 is correct. That is the interlocking between the irregularities on the surface of the vase and the table. So now the next question, if you will see, complete the table. Yes, how does the frictional force affect each case? So the first case, plate resting on a table. So in this first case, you will see the interlocking between the plate and the table. The interlocking between the surfaces of plate and table. Between the surfaces of plate and table, which holds the table on the plate on the table. So now in the second case, if you will see a toy car running on a floor. So in this case, the frictional force is acting in the opposite direction of the toy car, which resists the car from moving. Here you won't see the interlocking. Now the frictional force is acting in the opposite direction of the toy car and which resist means stops the toy car. Now the third case, a painting on a wall. So due to frictional force, that is due to the interlocking between the painting and the wall, you can that painting can be holded on the wall. So now see this third question. Roma puts a lot of more effort to push a cart on the floor of parking place than in a shop. On which floor the frictional force is more and why? So Roma is a girl. She is putting more effort to push a cart in a parking place than in a shop, because in a shop, if you will observe, a plane surface is present. In case of a shop, if you will observe, a plane surface is present. So if it is a plane surface, frictional force is less. If the frictional force is less, the force which you need to act is also in less quantity. But whereas in the parking, you will see a rough surface, you won't see a plane surface. So as you can see the rough surface in the parking area, so frictional force is acting on the cart and the parking floor is more. So you have to apply more force in the parking area. So Roma have to apply more force in the parking area, as in the parking area the frictional force is more between the cart and the parking floor. Okay children, so now let us continue and complete the practice questions also. So in practice questions, the first question, take the cases when friction does not act. So a cases like a kite flies, a car runs, a ball sits on a table, a ladder rests on a wall. So in all the cases where friction does not act, in case of a kite flies, friction does not act that much. Okay, so now the second question, frictional force act on a glass of water resisting on a table. Frictional force acting on a glass resisting on a table. Explain how the frictional force helps in keeping the glass in one place. Now the interlocking between the glass and the table resist the table or keep the glass in one place. What is the word here you have to mention? The interlocking. The interlocking between the glass and the table. So the interlocking word is must and should here. Interlocking between the glass and the table will help the glass to stay at one place. So now the third question, if you see, Reena is sitting on a chair, Mona is riding a bicycle. How is the frictional force helping or not helping them? So frictional force is helping the Reena to stay at one place in a chair, and in case of Mona, the frictional force is acting in an opposite direction where the Mona is riding the bicycle and tries to resist the bicycle movement. Here in Mona's case, Mona's force is more. Means in this case you won't see frictional force, but here you can see the frictional force that helps the Reena to sit on a chair. Okay children, watch the video and complete your 17.1 volume book and practice questions. Thank you.